Hi there everyone, hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining me. Today's reading is going to be, how do they feel when they see you? 3 piles as usual, pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. So if you want to take your choice, we'll get started.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right then, pile number 1. How this person feels when they see you. Right, I'm going to talk about, before I get into how they feel, first I'm going to look at how they see you and basically how they act with you. And then we're going to look a little bit deeper into how they feel deep down and how it's affecting them physically. Right, and so this person sees you as somebody who has everything, somebody who seems as if they're very much in charge of their life and very content where they are. I do think they think you're quite secretive or come across as being being quite quiet or quite thoughtful. I think they feel that you can read them. You've got Scorpio for you, you've got Scorpio, you've got Psyche, or Psyche, I don't know how to say it, and the 9 of Cups. So this is how they see you. The 9 of Cups is still a watery, it's a Cups card, so it's quite flowing and emotional, but it's content, or more than content, it's very happy in itself. So they see you as being very content in yourself. The negative side of this could be that they could see you as being quite smug, or that you have the upper hand in the relationship, as in, you know that they like you, that sort of feeling. You've got Psyche and you've got Scorpio here, which again are quite watery. So I think that they feel that you have the upper hand and that you know how they feel when you get together. This actually, because I know what the other cards are, I think your person feels as if you put them on their back foot a little bit and they have to almost cover up and hide their feelings from you, because I think that they think you're very perceptive. I think they think that you think that, I think that they think that you're very perceptive. Their thoughts when they see you are trying to look as if they are coping really well. They're trying to look mature, they're trying to look balanced, they're trying to look as if they're in control of themselves. They're trying to put a slight edge on your communication. This changes later. As in, I think before, if they know that they're going to see you, they will almost do some sort of breathing exercises or do something to look like they're in charge of their body, when I don't think they feel like they are in charge of their body. They're trying to look as if they are cool. And not in a sort of like hipster cool, but more in a case of, I'm in control of myself and I'm mature and I'm old enough to know better and not to behave like this in front of men or women, depending on your sex. And what they're actually doing, their actions as well. You've got Strength here, you've got the 4 of Pentacles. So these 2 cards together tell me when they are with you, they're almost holding back, which go very much with these cards here. I do think you read this person really well and they know it. So they're almost there and they're slightly defensive because they know that you know. And they're coming across with Strength and the 4 of Pentacles. So they're holding back their feelings and they're holding back desires. Both of these cards, to me, this 4 of Pentacles is you've got everything in front of your you've got everything in front of your heart, sorry. You're holding back your heart so the other person can't see your vulnerabilities. You're trying to ground by your feet. Strength is the same thing as well. It's basically trying to hold back your desires and your feelings. This person does not want you to see what they are feeling. But you've got that with the 8 of Wands, so I think this person is really quite good at covering that up with very sort of, sorry, that's too high, isn't it? Really good sort of chatty communication, quite fiery, quite passionate. this person's a real mixture. They're coming across as somebody whose body stays still, somebody who seems very grounded, who probably speaks very slowly. They have their eye on you. There's Scorpio in you, and I think you know it. I'm not saying you're Scorpio sun sign or it's in your chart, but that feeling of being emotionally in tune with this person. And this person knows that you know. So they're communicating, they're trying to be grounded, they're standing there and I think they're still, but they're trying to be quite chirpy in the way that they speak. They're trying to really look as if they're in charge themselves and their life is content and as happy as they perceive yours to be. So they're trying to put an upbeat spin on the way that they are communicating, I think. But the way that they're feeling inside is almost stand back, wait, breathe, don't make a fool of yourself type of feeling. Now, let's get on to their feelings. So their feelings, when they see you, are there's some hurt here, there's some pain, and there's some distress. And I also think as well, either you have had a relationship and it's ended, or you've been closer and you've got some distance between you now. And when they see you with the Queen of Wands, it's almost a feeling of being like a child overexcited, and they're trying to be really cool and sort of breathe. I can imagine this person's heart flipping when they see you with excitement, and then they're almost saying to themselves, stop, breathe. There's some hurt going on here. Either this person has let you know their feelings. I don't know, because you've got Psyche and Scorpio here. I wonder whether you were closer at one time and then the relationship has drifted apart and they're really pleased to see you. It's that type of feeling. But it makes me think if there has been distance, because these are their physical feelings down here, what they're actually feeling physically rather than just mentally inside themselves is the Devil, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So that to me, with these cards, makes me think that this person has been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of fantasizing and a lot of slight obsessing about you possibly, but there's been distance probably, and they're trying to keep everything smooth and calm because you've got the Queen of Wands twice for how they're feeling. So you've got a mixture of them feeling defensive and excited at the same time. So this person is all over the place with what they're trying to show you as opposed to what they're actually feeling. This is really difficult pile for them. Right. So I'm going to sum this up a little bit better now. So what does this person feel like when they see you? They feel out of control. They feel as if they need to control their feelings because you make them feel like a kid. You make them feel like a child who doesn't want to look silly. Don't shout that. They're trying to hide exactly what they're feeling. They think that you're a very smooth character. They think that you're very in control of yourself. And I think they think that you have the upper hand in this relationship. This person's not so comfortable in showing you what they're feeling, but they know that you're picking it up. I think there's a mixture of feisty, I'm going to say feisty affection here with the Queen of Wands, but I think there's also a huge chunk of self-protective behaviour from this person. So they're feeling very self-protective towards themselves because I think they feel that you have possibly either, it doesn't have to be this, but you could have possibly shunned them in the past in a little way, that they've perceived you've shunned them, or the fact that you have probably split up in the past and they feel there's some distance between you, or there's just something there that they feel has hurt them. But it's mixed with putting a face on. It's not just putting a face on totally, to be honest. You've got the Eight of Wands with the actions, which is really sort of upbeat communication, passionate and open. So they're communicating quite openly with you. And you've got the Queen of Wands twice. So what they're actually feeling is excitement and fun, and they want to do something with you. If you have been together and you're a little bit distant now, they want that excitement back. They want you both to sort of kick off together and do something together, to laugh and joke again, or just to laugh and joke if you haven't really been that close yet. They want it to be passionate and they want it to be fun. That's what they're feeling. But I do think there's defensiveness there, so they're also feeling that too, and I think they are showing that too. This person's I think, although there's not that many sword cards here, it gives me the impression this person has overthought your contact and is getting nervous when you come up to them or when you're together. And they want to get back to their old self where things are just moving smoothly and openly, but they're not. They're sort of hiding their feelings from you. They definitely think that you read them. And with the Nine of Cups there, you not only do you read them, but you're really happy in yourself and what you've read. That's why I think there's a slight defensive. This person's done a lot of fantasizing, a lot of thinking about you. And I think they feel there's distance there, but they don't want distance to be there. They want to get closer, and they're trying to basically reach out by the way that they communicate. Let's have a look at this communication. Right, for your communication, I think is the strongest bit about this. I think they're trying to show you how they feel towards you by the way that they communicate. And I think it's in their words rather than their actions what you're actually going to get an inkling of how they're feeling about you. Because you've got two aces here with the Eight of Wands, which I was looking at as how they're communicating, because it's not on par with what they're showing, because they're communicating openly and they're communicating clearly and probably with showing a lot of affection. And then you've got two aces with it, and that with the Queen of Wands, that how they're feeling is passionate and they want a new beginning with you. So it's in their communication. Have a little think about the things that they've said to you and how they've said them, and that will show you their true feelings. Not that the way they stand, not that the way they act, not by how because they're actually trying to be really controlled, because I think that they want to get closer to you and they're overthinking it or overfeeling it, to be honest, with the Devil there. Because there's no swords cards here, it's just the Devil, and you've got Queen of Wands, which is quite passionate. Right, to sum this up, pile number one, look at this person's communication and it will give you an inkling on how they actually feel about you. I think there's some distance or there's some hurt gone between you in the past, or definitely some misunderstanding. They've almost drawn a line mentally between the pair of you, and they're trying to sort of pull themselves back so they don't show too much, because they feel that you know too much about them already and they've got nothing left to hide. They feel transparent in front of you. But this person wants a new beginning with you in some way, because you've got two aces, so that could be emotional or just starting something physically. And you will know that. Go back and have a look at what they've said to you. Or keep your ear out for what they are saying to you, because it's in their words you'll read how they're feeling. Right then, okay, pile number one, I'm going to stop there. Good luck with that, because that's quite hard power for you as well, especially if you like this person. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Okay, pile number two, I would almost term this as the broken heart pile. I don't really know why I felt that as I was getting the cards out. I'm going to go through it and look back to why I felt that. Right, when your person sees you, how they feel, actually we're going to how they feel in a minute. What we're going to have a look at first is basically their thoughts and how they act, and then that will sort of tie in with how they're feeling. So they see you as their ideal partner. You've got the Sacred Heart and you've got Neptune up here, so it gives me that feeling that when they see you, you show up as somebody who is almost like fantasy iron material. You are the type of person that this person dreams about. When they've met you, I think that they just feel like they've struck gold. You have, I would guess, a softness, and there's something about them, that reminds them of home and peace and being at ease with themselves. You come across as, I wonder whether you're the type of person who's quite dreamy, quite softly spoken. This person just falls head over heels for that type of person. You fit the bill 100%. I wonder with Neptune here as well, whether you're some sort of There's some sort of softness about the way that they perceive you. You're ideal to them, and the fact that you come across as being just gentle and soft and sweet. The type of person that wouldn't harm anybody, but you've also got the first house here. So I think that they think that you are very soft and very gentle, but you don't let people roll you over, and you don't take a back step when you want something. This is a really strong, strange combination to have as how you come across initially. It makes me feel about, it reminds me of a girl. I'm just trying to say this. I'm not trying to go into people that I know because I know it's not so interesting. But this girl that I know, she's very Virgo. She's very sweet, and she's really got a lovely sweet voice. She's very gentle, and she puts everybody else first, and she just is very artistic. But she's with the first house here. I think I've said this in a pal months ago. She gives the image of being very sort of, well, not the image, very laid back and very sweet and very demure, but she just does whatever she wants, and she's got an airy sort of feel to her. So anyway, that's the way that you come across, sweet but focused. Ideal woman, ideal man, but they know you can get what you want, and you're not scared to go for what you want. Right. Their thoughts about you sort of dwell in, for me, that maybe what has happened with you in the past or your relationship. You've got the Tower there, and you've got the Princess of Swords. So this person who sees you as the ideal, lovey-dovey, romantic partner, something has happened between you, and they feel as if they've been almost put out on a ledge in some way, where they can't get a bit closer to you, or there's people around you, they can't get near you, or you're in a relationship, they can't get near you, and it's got a slight tetchy feel about it. Something has happened that I think is quite big, that has almost killed their dreams in some way. I think what has happened, this is what I'm thinking or feeling at the moment, is what has happened is I think they've got this image of you, which is correct, of being really sweet and soft, and you being their ideal partner. And something has happened that they've either found out, or there's been some sort of argument between you where you've had a bit more of a fierce edge on you, as in you've put your boundaries up, or you've put your barriers up, or they found some information about you that has thrown them in some way. As in you may have a partner they didn't know. So it's almost put them out in the cold, and they feel as if they're out in the cold, and they feel that they can't actually, they feel vulnerable. And there's a bit of shock and vulnerability in some sort of actions that you've had in the past. So I'm just going to go through the cards bit by bit so they make sense to me first, and then I will say it hopefully a little bit more clearer. Okay, I think that they possibly could have seen you or seen themselves as being closer to you than you feel to them. They feel, I think they feel a really strong connection to you. You may have been in a relationship in the past. You may have been closer in the past. There's a bit of past feeling here, and there's some sort of upset, and they feel as if you were their ideal. They felt that it was going to be long-term relationship, and they felt at ease with you. And this is giving me the feeling of somebody who sees you, and it's almost like their emotions feel so strong, but there's some sort of, we've been in this situation before, and this is how it goes, and it's painful. That type of feel. When this person sees you, they feel the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So their feelings, regardless of what I've said there, which is, I think, is part of it, their feelings are huge. They are emotional. You're their emotional ideal, and they feel that. So when they see you, they feel, it's not like a calm feeling. It's not a nervous feeling. It's like calm welling up of love and real strong connection. But it's like a mature feeling. This makes me think of somebody who is very much in charge of themselves and their emotions, and they feel genuine, strong feelings towards you that are quite open, and they're quite happy to talk to you about their feelings. They're quite happy to express themselves to you. It's not a game playing pile, this. It's real strong, imagine this, real strong grown up emotions. Their feelings are open, they're strong, and they are genuine. Wow, shock, horror. But they also feel with this that this situation has played itself out quite a few times between you. You're almost repeating a pattern. There's a feeling of, I love you, but we've been here before and we're not getting anywhere with this. That's what they feel when they see you. Real love. Because it's maturity and an open heart. So to me, that makes me think this person generally feels love towards you, as in the sense of they would put you first, love, rather than the sense of I can take something from you to make me feel big love. Right, so this is quite a complicated pile now. Physically, inside themselves, again, you've got the same. This pile here was for how they feel about you, which is answering your question. How they feel about when they see you is open, strong feelings of genuine affection. But it's almost as in, oh my God, we've been here before and it's going nowhere. And this is how they feel physically. So what they're feeling inside their body rather than emotionally. And it's like an open heart. It's a time when you see somebody and it makes you smile inside. They want to give to you. This person has I think he's quite a kind person. If they're seeing this Neptune inside you and this sacred heart inside you, this makes me feel that person is reflecting themselves on you. So all the beautiful bits that they see inside you, they have inside themselves. And that's why they see it, because if they didn't have them, they wouldn't recognise it. It would be just alien to them and they would just move on. This is a really sweet pile. So, right, okay, and let's start summing this up now. It's starting to make a bit of sense to me. How does this person feel when they see you? When they see you as their ideal. They see you as a reflection of them in your kindness and your generosity and your warmth. You're coming across as being very genuine yourself, as they do, but you're also coming across as not being scared to get what you want, even though you have what appears to be a really soft nature. What they feel for you when they see you is huge. It's almost like an overflowing of emotions, and it's not the desire to bat it down so they don't look like stupid in front of you. There's nothing of that. It's just generally, I don't mind showing this person my feelings because I feel them. It's straightforward and it's mature and it's open. But there is a feeling here of something happened in the past which they feel as if you get together, it will keep repeating themselves in some way. I don't know if you are together. If you are together, there's some sort of argument or something between you that is repeated that they don't feel it's only small. It's not strong, but it keeps repeating itself. But you have got the Tower card here for their thoughts. They feel that something which is out of kilt with this pile is something that has bruised them in some way. And I wonder whether because you've got the first house here and you've got the Princess of Swords possibly, I wonder if you have been a bit spiky with them in the past. And this person has this sort of Leo vibe about them where they won't want to show you that they are hurt slightly, but they will still be open, they will still be warm, but they're bruised. And to bruise a Leo is quite painful for them. So they feel almost as if you've put them outside on I'm going to say an image of somebody in the nude sat on an ice block. And I know, I've got that image from something on breakfast TV where some people stuck their bottoms on ice packs and it ripped their skin off and they sued. That's how this person feels. They feel like you've ripped their bottom off. They have a feeling of love for you, but they feel that you've slightly pushed them out a bit and it's pulling on them. and they don't want to keep repeating it, although they feel genuine affection for you. Something has happened in the past. I think this person has a big heart, and they viewed themselves closer to you than you possibly have viewed them, and it's hurt them. They've almost imagined themselves to be your lover, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you've said something, and it could have just been one word. You may not have even known you've said it, where you've sort of not referred to yourself as a couple, or you could have said about somebody else, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, and it's gone on them. And they're not pulling back, but they're still in a situation with you, but they almost as in, this is hurting, I love you, this is hurting feeling. Okay, I'm going to finish there pile number 2, because I've noticed in a couple of my videos, which I've been forced to watch, which is excruciating, that I don't repeat it too much. But I would just say before I go, this person comes across as being genuinely in love with you, because they recognise all the sweet and gentle bits inside you, and they have them themselves. It's a real Leo-Neptune feel about this, where this person is in love with being in love, and they've fallen in love with you. You are the same person. I think you probably feel the same, but I think you've got a directness or ability to just get on with what you're doing when you want to, that has left them thinking where they stand. They don't know where they stand, and this person's fallen for you head over heels, and they think that they possibly Hi there, pile number 3. I'm just going to tidy my desk up a bit, because sometimes I look at other people's tarot readings, I try and guess, which I do my whole life, what star signs they are or what they've got in their chart, and I always think the Pisces people have really messy tarot tables, and so I am not Pisces, and so I'm just trying to tidy it up so you don't think I'm disgusting. And then you get the Aries, and their tables are very austere, and they just with Aries, and they just do it. Or they just sat there on the settee because they're not shy and they're showing their faces. So anyway, here you are, I'm tidying up for you. I'm not Virgo either. Right, this is a real fun pile to me, because how this person sees you is, to me, it's funny. It makes me think that you're playing with them, and you've got a real sort of sassiness about you. You're coming across as the King of Pentacles. This is how they see you physically. So when you walk in a room, this is how they feel, but this is how they view you to begin with. How they feel is this pile here in the middle. Can you see it? And then this pile here is how they react physically when they see you. So you come across as, I would say, sexy and spicy, and I don't even know what I mean by that. You're coming across as physically beautiful, very much that type of man or woman that people just fancy, that they fall in love with. That's like type of person on a billboard. Is that type of person who just looks good. They look like they're in charge of themselves. You look like, you wait for this, you look like you eat well, because you look, to me, the King of Pentacles is earthy. So you have that feeling that you are very proud of your body, you are healthy, and you eat well, and you have curves in the right places, and they find that extremely attractive. Well, I'm saying when I eat well, and all the girls are like, oh, no, but it's that person who looks healthy and they eat the right foods, and you just look tip-top. Libra here is Venus as well, so I just get the general feeling that you have one of those faces that are very symmetrical. You possibly have dimples, you probably have that smile that draws people in. So this is what's making me think that you're quite naughty in this pile, because you look good, you know it, but you've got Uranus here, which is naughty, as in they joke with people, they like to shock people. There may be an element of shyness about you, especially if there's some sort of Virgo quality about you. But you know you look good, and you like to shock. It's that type of feeling. This is how they see you before we get to how they feel about you. So yeah, definitely spicy, I think, on this one. So this person is physically very attracted to you, but they almost feel as if They don't know what's going on with you. They don't know what's going to come out of your mouth. They don't know how long you're going to stay. They don't know whether you're going to laugh at them. They don't know whether you're going to, I don't know, take your clothes off. It could be anything with this pile. So before we go into their feelings, how do they feel when they see you? Let's just have a little bit more of a look into their thoughts and their actions. Right, this person likes to be in control. They like to look like they're the big boss, and here you come in all swishy and sexy with that little edge about you, and I think they are struggling with it. This is what made me think this pile was fun. It's the type of person who you may see in work is trying to put on a really good straight face, trying to look like they're in charge of themselves, and you're going in and they can see that glint in your eye and they can see you're about to smile or about to laugh at something. So they're thinking they're trying to offer you something and look like they're trying to be mature or trying to look good in work or just trying to look good to themselves and in charge of themselves. But I don't think this person is. This person is so adamant that they're going to look like mature, that they're the type of person that will be looking out before they see you to make sure they're calm and collected by the time you get to them. What they're trying to do is when you get to them, they're trying to give you little bits to make themselves attractive to you, but they're very practical and very, in my eyes, very dull bits. It's like, would you like me to help you look at your paper? Would you like me to review something? It's that type of thing. I don't know what you've done to this person. They're trying to. I wonder if this person's trying to be very inclusive with you and trying to involve you in some work situation or a family situation. They could be trying to offer you something that is quite mundane in a way, but very sort of communal. They could be trying to include you in, I don't know what, a works do. You're not going to have that at the moment, are you? Not unless it's on Zoom. Some sort of physical get-together. If they have offered you something, that's what it would have been. But I wonder whether you've turned them down. Because you've got the 5 of Cups here. So this is the impression I'm getting from this picture here. You're coming in, you are so attractive, and you've got a real rebellious air about you in some way. They're looking out for you to see you before you get there so that they can come across as being really in charge of themselves. And what they keep doing and how they're trying to get close to you is by offering you bits, and you're like, oh, that's not interesting to me, is it? Would you like to come to the office party? No, not really. Would you like to come and see my family? And not really, no. It's that type of, they're trying to please you, but you've got a spiky edge about you, which is probably not in keeping with the way that you look, so they're confused. And I think you may have basically just given them not the cold shoulder, but they don't know where they stand with you. Right, they're feeling, so let's go on to how do they feel when they see you. They feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable because they feel that the way that they communicate with you is you're almost, as I said before, shirking them in some way. You've got a real funny air. I do find you funny. You've got this pile is funny. There's a real funny air about you. Like they don't know whether you're going to walk off. They don't know whether you're actually even going to reply to them. It makes me think of somebody who gives them a joke or I don't know. You've got that look behind your eye that they don't know what to do with. So how they feel when they see you is, I reckon, unnerved. It makes me think of a man or a woman, this is them, who has been brought up in a very straight household where whenever you're asked something, you give a reply and it's honest and it's straight. And you make me think of somebody who's been brought up in a household where there's a lot of fun and games, where you play a lot or where you joke a lot, or there's just that sort of playful air about you and they don't know how to take it. So how they feel when they see you is, I'm not going to say nervous because I don't see nerves in here, but it's unnerved, definitely. There's a feeling, I think, that they've tried to, in their own style, communicate with you in small snippets and small ways that they think are acceptable, and you're like, that is very boring. if you're going, you're sort of giving the impression, they know this, if you want to be with me, you're going to have to step up and make it more fun. And they're like struggling with it because they don't know how, either from being in a work situation or the general disposition, probably both, or possibly both. I don't know about the work situation. There's a lot of pentacles here. So either this person is very earthy, very grounded, trying to be serious and you're joking, or you are in work together. I wonder whether you've given, I do think this, I think you have said something or walked away from this person in the past and they don't know how to take it. And when they think you're going to do it again. So how do they feel when they see you? They feel like they don't know what to say. They're trying to be clear and they're trying to communicate clearly. And I think you've got that look on your face that you're about to laugh. They're trying to offer you things that it's like a work situation where they're trying to have a sensible conversation with you and they don't know what's going to come back. I feel you're playing with this person and it's quite funny. They want everything to be fair. They want everything to be balanced. They can't cope with this. They've got the Justice card to how they feel like inside themselves. So this person is trying to be controlled in small ways. They're coming to you and they're like, do you fancy me, da da da, and you're sort of playing with them, and they're like, I can keep balance, I can keep my straight face on, there are people watching, I will come across really well, but they feel like they're losing something every time they're talking to you, and they're still trying to come to you, and they don't know how to change their tack because I think they're just very fixed. I think you're very mutable, I think that you're very playful, and I think you just have that. You're the type of person that was asked to remove themselves from school, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying chucked out of school, but, don't you think it's time you moved on type of thing? Or the type of person who was in college or a job that was caught for doing something silly or naughty and then had to have a little conversation about it. And this type of person is the type of person who wants to be a boss. So if it wasn't like an attraction relationship, there's a type of person who would be telling you off. They don't know how to play. This is really funny. Have you walked away from this person in some way, like they have tried to get closer to you, they've turned up in some sort of situation, perhaps where you are working or perhaps where they know you're going to be, you've seen them and you could have possibly been nervous because if you have this Uranus edge, you're probably quick to move, you've had to walk away from them and they've been hurt. They were trying to talk to you possibly, they were trying to be very practical and offer you something and you've either done a shifty and scarpered because you've not felt collected in yourself and that's hurt their feelings. That's quite strong here, that type of feeling. This person wants to include you, they want to be part of you, they want you to be part of their group, not they want to be part of your group. This person's coming across emperor type energy. You're coming across as the King of Pentacles. So you both could have positions in life or in work that are quite respectable, but you still have that childlike quality of wanting to play with life, and they have lost that. If they had it, they've lost it, and they don't know what to do with your edge on you, which shows that. The physical attraction here is strong. And I wonder whether with the Emperor card and the King of Pentacles, because they're both quite earthy, could be Capricorn here, and there's that pull towards you that's physical. And every time they get close to you, they're unnerved. You either scarper and leave them standing, and they're like, "What on earth was that?" Or either the conversation starts off, and they're doing the polite English. How's the weather? What's the weather like today? Isn't it lovely? Blah blah blah. And you're like, you just come back with something that's straight to the point, very open, very direct, and they're like, oh my god. And they try and get it back on track again, and they're trying to say something polite and ask about your family, and you unnerve them. And they're always trying to get inside themselves and inner balance. So how do they feel when they see you? They try and collect themselves. They think that you're fun and feisty, and they think that they're out of their depth and you're going to make a fool of them. Right, I'm going to finish there, pile number 3. But I do think that you have As I said at the beginning, to rip this person's bum skin off. Put them outside an ice cube and they feel like you have ripped their bum skin off. They feel like they have lost something and they're not sure where they're just going to go next when they're with you. Okay, right. Pile number 3, admirable qualities you have there. Keep it up, because I think that you have this person flustered, but they are not flustered because they're the Emperor. So even if they are flustered, they would never admit it to themselves. They can't grasp you. You're shifty. You change the conversation. You just shift the meaning of everything. You don't answer them straight, and they're just trying to give you something and be inclusive, and you are running off saying things that probably don't make sense. It's that type of feeling, real funny pile. And they are watching, they are waiting, and all they want to do is offer you something sensible and practical, and you just say, oh, thank you very much, that sounds lovely. And you're not giving them that. You have it in you because you've got the King of Pentacles here. You're probably in a position that they think that you are mature, they think that you are grounded, and they think that you are beautiful without doubt. And they are coming to you expecting this sort of response back that they're giving to you, and they are not getting it. They're getting you looking as if either you're going to bolt, you're going to say something funny, you're going to insult them, or you've got that twinkle in your eye. Right there. Pile number 3. I hope that makes sense to you in some way. Really interesting for me to know, because I would find that quite amusing. If there's anything in that between you and your person of interest. So how do they feel when they see you confused and panicky and extremely attracted to you? Right, okay, thanks pile number 3. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again. I know I can't see you, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hope to see you again. Bye.